Wix Studio, one end-to-end web creation platform for your agency to deliver exceptional work with absolute efficiency.
Taylor Swift is a link builder. There were rumors that she would get engaged. Our client said, let's give them a free wedding venue. And then we got them 50 links. That's digital PR.
Managing multiple clients or large websites? Automate your SEO with Ali AI. Start your free trial now.
Good morning, everyone. As I've so kindly been presented, my name is Sabine Ljunggren, and I'm from Stockholm, Sweden, representing Maya Marketing. And today, this morning, I'm about to make the life of every SEO a bit harder, introducing social to the mix, because we know that us SEOs, we just don't have enough work to do already. So my subject is how to maximize your search visibility on social media. And a lot of people kind of equal SEO with the search visibility on Google. Let's see, the clicker. Now? Great. So a lot of people equal SEO with search visibility on Google, on optimizing your website to be seen on search engines. However, if I just look at my own search behavior, this is not really the case anymore. We're in 2024, and if I myself are looking for tips and tricks on how to make, let's say, a quick, healthy dinner, it doesn't really matter how well you have optimized your web for recipes with structured data if I'm not even heading that direction. I'm heading to TikTok because that's where I get the format that I like. It's a short video showing the results of the meal, how long it will take me, the recipes in a quick, nice format in the caption. And yeah, I'm suddenly intrigued and I want to cook instead of heading to that recipe on a website that maybe even introduces where the recipe was from. It was my grandmother's recipe. Like, let's get to the point. And if I take another example, let's say that I'm looking for inspiration, looking at living room art ideas. Maybe I have a nice wall that I want to put some paintings on, and I'm just in need for inspiration. Then I'm heading to Pinterest instead. I'm scrolling through different nice images, and maybe I'm finding a lovely painting, and then I'm adding a second step to my search behavior, maybe using Google Lens to actually finding where I can buy a similar painting to that one that I've found in this really inspiring image. So what I'm saying is that our search behavior has changed, and we cannot only think about Google and the other search engines as the sole destination of a search. And it's not me. Hands up if anyone feels that this also is something that you have experienced. Hands up. See, the majority of you. And we're not alone. One of the recent HubSpot studies for consumer trends, asking the question, how do consumers search for answers to questions online? 88% still answer that they do use search engines. However, that's not the only place that they are searching. So they could also use social media or AI, which a lot of speakers also have mentioned during yesterday's talk. And if we dig a little deeper into the social media part, then actually 29% of millennials and Gen Z prefer to search for information on social platforms over actual search engines, or traditional search engines, as I used to call them by now. The same report. Looking at a different report and looking a bit deeper at TikTok as a platform, because YouTube and TikTok are the big players here that are kind of taking that search focus. And if we look at TikTok, Adobe did a survey this year, and they asked, what have consumers looked for when they were using TikTok as a search engine? And these are the main kind of areas. We're talking recipes, new music, DIY tips, fashion advice, workout, beauty, health, product recommendations, product reviews, movies, health, TV. It's a lot of different subjects. And a lot of these areas are, like, most companies could find some kind of content that they could produce. So with that said, also a fun fact, 90% of all visitors that visit TikTok use the search function within 30 seconds. So that's also something that I recently heard. So what does this mean? Well, we need to provide answers where the questions are being asked. We can't just sit there and look at our web search, seeing the sessions going down. We need to understand that people are just turning in a different direction, and we need to meet their needs there. So the first step is a very familiar step that we know how to do, and it's the keyword research. So just like you're doing research for a web page to find interesting keywords to create content for your blog or for your category pages or whatever content you want to produce for your website, we need to do that keyword research also for our social platforms. And maybe you're sitting as a marketing director or marketing everything, and you need to take care of SEO and socials. Well, then all of this is your job, but maybe you're only the SEO specialist and you have colleagues that are really focusing on the social media, and then you can provide some really great research and insights on how to increase the search for social media. So you can really collaborate here. So some practical ways to do the keyword research. Well, you can turn to the platform's own kind of insight centers. So for TikTok, for example, they have this place called Creative Center, and you can find what hashtags are trending, what songs are trending, what actual keywords are trending as well. It's information mainly for the paid part of TikTok. You can also find what creators that are trending and what creators that are trending on the given trending hashtags. And a lot of insights. And this is a screenshot for Sweden. You can use this for all different countries, of course. So we want to take this one step more like practical. Let's say that I'm not just satisfied of knowing what hashtags that are trending right now in my country. Let's take heatless curls in Sweden, which is still trending and a trend that I haven't tried. If I take that heatless curls into a tool of preference, for instance, Answer the Public, they have developed not only that I can do research, keyword research for Google or Bing, now I can also do it for YouTube, for TikTok, for Amazon. So I just head into Answer the Public, I choose the TikTok search engine, I choose Sweden in my case, I write heatless curls, and I find the search volumes for heatless curls for TikTok in Sweden. And suddenly I can see that there is over 60,000 searches on TikTok for heatless curls. And for a little country as Sweden, that is a huge search volume. And for you that are familiar with Answer the Public, you can also find really interesting long tail searches that you can create content around. And this kind of feature that you can use, that you can do keyword research for example, TikTok and YouTube, you can find that in different tools. You can find that in Ahrefs, in SEMrush, and other tools as well. So if we kind of get back to the million-dollar question, that is my talk, it's how to actually maximize the visibility. So doing the keyword research, you can do that this afternoon or tomorrow, but what makes the actual difference that we start to gain that visibility in the internal search engines on the social platform? Well, as SEOs, we are familiar with ranking factors. So Google has a couple hundred, and social platforms also have ranking factors. And I'm not going to spend the rest of my minutes talking about each and every ranking factor for each and every platform. So I have kind of bundled them together and found 5 common ranking factors that are applicable for the major social platforms. So the first one is basically optimizing your content. This is to include your keywords in your content. And how to do that practically, I'm gonna give you some tips along the way, just in a minute. The next one is to optimize for time on platform. As sad as it sounds, all social media platforms have one main goal, and it's to keep you as long as possible on that platform, because your attention is basically the currency that they have. So we want to make content that increases the chances of the people that are interacting with your content, they stay on the platform and interact with more content. Another ranking factor is click-through rate, which is familiar for us SEOs as well when it comes to the SERP. But when your content is actually being shown in the internal search engines on social media, we need to get that click. Because if we don't, they're not relevant, and it's going to push us further down the search. The fourth one is engagement. We're still talking social media. That's why this is a major ranking factor. So it's not enough with just being found in the search. We also need to constantly re-engage those who actually find us, because those are very strong signals for the social media platform that we should be pushed for the For You page or being pushed upwards in the internal search. And lastly, kind of gets this all together, is authority. So by working with all of these, we're building authority. And just like we're building domain rating or domain authority with our website, we need to build authority with our profile, with our channel. So when we get a lot of content that is really with a topical authority or a lot of followers and content that is being really engaging and being shared, then we're building authority. And the more authority your channel has, the easier it will have to get those positions in the internal search. So let's get a bit more practical. How do we actually transform those tips about like, okay, this affects my visibility, what can I do? So there's two things you can optimize when it comes to social media. You can optimize your profile, and you can optimize your content that you're constantly publishing and sharing. So if we look at the profile, what can you do? Well, first of all, you will do yourself a major favor if you're really nerdy and you find your kind of niche in your business. So people visiting your channel knows what they can expect of your channel and what kind of content you're really producing. So this is an example of a gardening company called Epic Gardening that knows everything concerning gardening. And they have an e-commerce business selling everything from seeds to different tools. I'm not into gardening, so I don't know much about it, but they really do. So that's a great example of having a channel that really digs deep into the subject that you're an expert in. That's also going to build your authority, because then the channel understands what to kind of expect of your channel, and knowing that, okay, this is a channel that really are focused around one subject. Focusing on the profile still, what can you do with your content? Okay, there's a few spots that you can optimize for your main keywords. If you take Yoga with Adrienne, for example, like the biggest yoga platform on YouTube, she has optimized her bio, her channel name, and every single space that you can optimize for the name yoga. If you look at Maya Marketing's own Instagram handle, then you can see that we also have optimized for digital marketing in Swedish, which is our main keyword for our channels. Okay, let's move on to content. What can we do to optimize? Well, we can include our main keyword from our research in our actual script. So if we do content in a video format, we need to mention it. And besides our script, we can include it in different spaces as well. So let's say that you're doing a video focusing on how to grow ginger as the Epic Gardening people. Then you can include grow ginger in your script, but also in your title, in your tags, everywhere where it's possible, or in your caption, depending on which channel you're in. And it's quite popular to grow ginger on your own. It's 10 million views on that video. so impressive. Maybe it's a hobby that I should pick up. It seems interesting. Next one, click-through rate. And here's my main kind of tip and takeaway for what you should do to optimize for click-through rate. And it's your thumbnail, to really, really create a show-stopping thumbnail, because if you've done so much work to optimize your content for a keyword and you're actually being shown for a search such as SEO hacks, you need to get that click in order to even be able to engage with your content. So really don't underestimate the power of a good thumbnail. Next ranking factor that I want to mention is time on platform. So an easy way of kind of trying to make them be a longer time on your platform is to create longer videos, but that doesn't really always work. It depends on the subject. But what can you always do? Well, you need to catch the viewer's attention from the beginning to even have a shot at having them stay and look through the whole video. So this is one of my favorite channels to follow on YouTube. It's First We Feast with Sean Evans, who interviews celebrities while they're eating hot wings. Anyone seen it? Up with a hand? Oh, great. His most recent interview is actually with Zlatan from Sweden. Recommend. So what they do, connected to the first impression tip, is that they always show a short little clip from when the celebrity is feeling their worst. And you kind of want to know, okay, how do they end up feeling that way? So it makes you intrigued, and it makes you want to watch the whole video. And little fun fact, they sell these hot sauces. I bought them, I tried it, and I needed to stay homesick from work for an entire week after that. It was a fun experience, but I don't know if I can recommend it. And you might think, okay, that was a little unexpected, Sabine, that you have tried that hot sauce. It's kind of my intention, because my next tip is to be unexpected. You need to be unexpected in whatever ways you can with your content. You can try to find different hooks, as we're talking about, or what I like to mention, pattern interrupts, which is related to hooks. But to try different camera angles, try to have different animations, just try to keep it interesting and be a little bit unexpected in the way that you can as a channel or company. Moving on to engagement as a ranking factor. So there's so many different ways of engaging with your audience. And one way of engaging, but also kind of making the audience do the content for you, is to create comment-friendly content. So that the goal of the content is to move to the comment section and see what are they writing. So this is a really interesting kind of way of doing that. It's a TikTok account that has asked, make the comments look like Max Verstappen's search history. And the first answer here is, what does the back of a F1 car look like? And there are a lot of other funny responses, but the creator themselves, they haven't really done much. The person that is viewing and commenting are really creating the content. And it's perfect for engagement. Another one is a Swedish company, food company. An easy way of engaging is to share something that is really easy to have an opinion about, such as how much gravy is enough gravy. So answer in the comments, and then you get answers like from Kevin here that says, my question is, where's alternative 4, 5, 6 and lake? So there's no such thing as too much gravy. Very easy to have an opinion about. Another example is a trending topic in Sweden right now that is making your own pancake cake. And a food account with a dairy company called Arla, they are just kind of responding to one of the followers' requests of creating a pancake cake on their channel. And they are optimizing that content for that term, and they're ranking #1 in Sweden for that keyword. And speaking of listening to your audience, another obvious kind of recommendation is to be a bit trendy, jump on trends. The same account has also seen that Logan, sometimes you need to eat the whole cucumber salad trend. He's really viral with his cucumber salads, and they have done their take on that cucumber salad, and they're ranking number 3 in Sweden on that term. And the last recommendation is, or second to last, is to, of course, recommend other information, other videos, link to other videos that are relevant to the topic, create different playlists that you keep the audience engaged, and that easily can find different types of videos that it can like. And lastly, be consistent. That's super important when it comes to social media, when it comes to creating content for your website, but you need to set your expectations on how often do you post, what can we expect from your channel, and all the time like feeding the platform with new information. And when I did these slides, my realization was kind of that optimizing for social channels is kind of like dating. You need to attract interest, you need to be a bit nerdy and show your passions, and you need to retain interest and engage. So, of course, I've done the ultimate dating guide for you. So I've done a checklist with everything that I've mentioned, a little bit more. And so that checklist would probably take me like 2 hours to go through. So scan the QR code if you want it. I'll have the slides on the speakerdeck.com. And good luck with your social media. Thank you.
Monthly reporting making you want to shove sharp things up your nose? Try Dragon Metrics, the all-in-one SEO software with mind-blowing reporting tools.